Welcome back to Trash Plays Ashes Red Rains, the Siege of Lordswall. We are playing against the Death aspect this time, and we are using a heavily modified James Endersight deck. He has a Zombie Horde deck, which is why we're using it against the Zombie Horde boss. So, I am going to be playing against 5 aspects once again. I'm gonna set this up before I forget, like the last time I tried to film this. And let me explain how I have modified this deck, because it has been heavily modified. I do not think that this deck is very good in PvE at all. Like, base deck, it is not that good against PvE. There are so many things it's not good. Okay, so, to start with, I got rid of all 3 copies of Grave Knight. This is just too expensive for what we're trying to do. Not worth it. Multiplayer, it's also not worth it. So, Grave Knight goes away. Vengeance is James Endersight's original card, or his exclusive card, but it's just a really bad card in my opinion. The reason you would use Vengeance is specifically if you are playing the zombie deck and you want a way to get rid of your zombies, but it costs 1 dice per zombie you want to get rid of, so it's just really bad. So I have opted to replace that with his new original card that came in the Siege of Lordswall, Soulfire, which I will explain what that does if I ever play it. And then I'm replacing all 3 copies of Chant of Sacrifice, because this is just not worth it at all either. Not in PvE, because what it does, it's a main action and a knife to play. It's a ready spell, and for a side action you can destroy unit you control. That's it. And the reason you do this is because, again, you have a horde of zombies. These are the zombies, they're fallen. They are 1/1/1s with infectious. Damage dealt by this unit by attacking or countering cannot be prevented. These zombies don't go away after attacking, unlike the Rainwalkers in the Siege of Lordswall. So you need a way to get rid of them, otherwise you're just going to have a bunch of exhausted zombies and you can't do anything with them, and your battlefield is only 7. That's why there's these cards that let you kill your own units, but they're really not necessary in PvE, because the boss is happy to kill your units, whether you want them to or not. So, getting rid of these 9 cards, and I am replacing them, as I said, with Soulfire. I am also using 3 copies of Terror Herder, because this is a 1 die unit that gives me 2 units, which is going to be very important. And I have my opening hand, Sacred Ground. This is purely so I can game the system. I will explain how when I play it. Glory Aspirant, these 2 are both in the Siege of Lordswall, and this is just a really good card, and I probably should have played it last game. I don't remember if I did, but if I didn't, I should have, because it's a good card. Royal Charm, which is not in the Siege of Lordswall, but this is because I need a way to boost my Terra Hatchling's attack without using dice, like without lowering my mana efficiency of my dice. And then Summon Fallen and Rising Horde, because these are just base zombie cards. This is my opening hand. These need to get shuffled into my deck. And let us begin. We're going to roll our dice. 1, 2, 3, 4 knives and 2 basics. I am using 6 ceremonial dice, by the way, and only 4 of the divine dice. And 3 angels and 1 basic. Players go first. Let us start with my Summon Fallen for my main action and no side action. Now, Summon Fallen is the ready spell that summons the Fallen. After an ally you control is destroyed, place 1 status token on the spell if it has fewer than 3 status tokens on it, so it can get up to 3 status tokens naturally. And it is important to note that this is not in a yellow box, so once you have exhausted this spell, after an ally dies, you will not put a status token on the spell, even if it has 0. Costs a main action to put out, and for a main action, exhausting this, a goat and a knife, which I do not have, so I actually will use a side action to meditate. Remove up to 3 status tokens from the spell to place an equal number of fallen conjurations onto your battlefield. So a single use of Summon Fallen can put out 3 zombies, which is very good. Problem is, you need your allies to die for that to happen, and I will meditate 1 dice. Got rid of a revival pack to change this to a goat, because I will need it for my Summon Fallen. So, enemy's turn, let's roll to see what they do. A basic and a 2/2 is just reveal, and they reveal Torrential Sacrifice. 2/1/1 Torrential Sacrifice. When this unit comes into play, destroy the rightmost conjured aspect on the battlefield to place 1 red rains token on the Chimera. If you cannot, place a Rainwalker conjured aspect onto this battlefield. So, that's a good card to get right away. Because otherwise, if I already had a Rainwalker, it would just be destroyed, and the Siege of Lordswall would just get a Red Rains token right off the bat. So, good thing that came up first, I guess. So, my turn. I will use... yeah, that goes straight from my face, that's okay. I'm gonna use 2 knives to play my Rising Horde. Rising Horde is just a 1/1/1 for 2 dice, which is bad value, but it has Raise Fallen. When this unit is destroyed, place 2 Fallen Conjurations onto your battlefield. So it's basically 2 knives for 3 units. No side action, and it is their turn. Roll to see what they do. Red Rains and a 7. 7 is reroll 2 basic Rage dice, and reveal. And 1 more Red Rains, and reveal a... Crimson Pyre. This comes into play with 3 status tokens on it, and at the beginning of the Chimera's turn, remove 1 status token from this to destroy the rightmost conjured aspect on the battlefield. If you do, target opposing player must place 2 wound tokens among units and Phoenixborn they control. Notice that this is place wound tokens, not deal damage. So there is no way to prevent that damage. You just place the wound tokens on your units. And if they have no Rainwalkers on their board, they will still lose the status tokens. It would just burn, and it would just burn nothing, basically. So ideally, we would get rid of that Rainwalker, because this only has 1 damage worth of damage, whereas Crimson Pyre would burn it up and deal 2 damage worth of damage. So how do I want to do that, or do I even want to do that? I'm thinking that it is not yet time, and instead, I'm just going to play something to soak up that damage. So I'm going to use a basic dice for my Glory Aspirant. This is a 1/1/1 with Lion Eyes. When this unit comes into play, search your draw pile, you may reveal a card with a lion in its play cost, and I only have 1 card in my deck with a lion for the pay cost, and that is Immortal Commander. Place that into your hand, shuffle your deck, then change 1 Divine die in your active pool to a side of your choice, which is great because you're basically using a basic dice to get another dice into a lion, and you get to search for a card that uses that lion. So if you have a card that takes a side action to play, like Immortal Commander, I can change this to a lion and then use that lion to play Immortal Commander for my side action. And this costs a side action and a lion, 0/3/1 with command 1. For a side action, exhausting this, add 1 to the attack value of all other units you currently control for the remainder of the turn, which goes very well with my Terra Hatchlings who need their attack boosted. So that's going to be my main of my side action. It's their turn. They're going to use a status token, burn up this Rainwalker, and I have to place 2 wound tokens on units or Phoenixborn I control, so I'm going to place both of them on my Immortal Commander, who has 3 life so they won't be dead. Now let's roll to see what they do. Rolled a Red Rains and a 4. 4 is attack if able, if not reveal, so Torrential Sacrifice is attacking me directly. I am going to have Glory Aspirant block this, killing Glory Aspirant and Torrential Sacrifice, dealing 1 blood damage to the Chimera, and because a unit I control died, or an ally I control died, Summon Fallen gets a status token. My turn, I'm going to use an Angel to play my Sacred Ground. Ideally, I would have played this before I played my Immortal Commander, because Sacred Ground... Oh, not Sacred Ground, my bad. Sorry, I won't be using an Angel, I'm going to be playing Royal Charm. This just cost a main action, and ideally I would have played this before I played my Immortal Commander, because it has, after you pay a cost using a Charm or Divine die on its power side, so in this case the Lion, you may place that die on the spell if it has no dice on it, and then for a side action and exhausting this, I can choose a die on the spell and resolve its dice power without paying the cost. So if I had played this and then Immortal Commander, I could have put the Lion on top of Royal Charm instead, and then later on for a side action, I can place this Lion onto a card I control to give it +1 attack, but I can't do that because the sequence was out of order. So that was my main action, and my side action will be to use James Endersight's ability, Convene with Souls. For a side action and exhausting this, I can search my draw pile for an ally, reveal it, and place it into my hand. Then place a number of wound tokens equal to the ally's life value onto this card, and then shuffle my draw pile, which is really, really good value. If you're searching for something with only 1 life, like Terror Herder, I will take 1 damage, but that didn't cost me a dice to use. So you essentially have a 6-hand Phoenixborn, except you have 1 less HP for each time you would use it, assuming you're searching for something with 1 life. But in a desperate situation, you can search for something that has more life if you're just like, wow, I really need this card. So that was my side action and my main action, and now it is their turn. Crimson Pyre is going to burn nothing, and we roll to see what they do. Red Rains and a 7. Please stop rolling the Red Rains. 7 is reroll up to 2 basic reach dice and reveal. Alright. Basic and basic. Okay, good. They don't get a Red Rains token just yet, and they reveal Death Nail. This is a 1/2/1, comes into play with 2 status tokens, and every turn they're going to remove 1 status token from it, and once the last one is removed via this effect, it will destroy my leftmost unit. So ideally I would kill it before then. 2 life though makes it a little hard. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use an angel to play Terror Herder. Terror Herder is a 1/1/1, comes into play, and I get a Terra Hatchling, which is a 0/1/0, but if its attack is boosted, I can deal 1 damage to a unit an opponent controls. That's going to be my main action, and I have no side action. No, you know what? I'm going to side action Meditate, 1 card off the top of... Ooh, that's a Summon Fallen. That's not good. Yikes. Okay, 1 card off the top of my deck, and I am going to get another goat. That was 100% not worth it. I would like to have had all 3 of my Summon Fallen, but that's okay. So, third turn, Crimson Power is going to get rid of a status token, and Death Nail is going to get rid of a status token, and roll to see what they do. Red Rains and a 1/1 is Reveal, but that's a Red Rains. They get a Red Rains token because they have 5 of those dice now. And we reveal a Unending Forces. Alright, so Unending Forces is a 2/3/2, and at the beginning of their turn, they're going to remove 1 status token from it to place a Rainwalker onto the battlefield. So assuming they use all 3 of their status tokens, they're going to get 3 zombies, which is bad. I'd like to kill that as well. So many things I would like to kill. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? Well, Death is about to kill my rightmost unit. Or leftmost unit, actually. Actually, I'm okay with that. Because that's a Rising Horde. That exists to die, so I'm okay with that. In that case, I am going to side action, use a goat, deal 1 damage to myself, and I get to bring an ally in my graveyard back into my hand. That's going to be Glory Aspirant. I am going to play the Glory Aspirant using a knife this time, and I get to change a dice into a lion and search my deck for a unit that has a lion in its cost, which is Immortal Commander, and place that into my hand. So now it's third turn. Death Nail is going to remove a status token, killing my Rising Horde, which will put another status token onto my Summon Fallen, and that also gives me 2 zombies when they die. I have a battlefield of 7, so I'm almost at my limit, and then Unending Forces is going to get rid of a status token, giving them a zombie, and roll to see what they do. Basic and a 1/1 is just Reveal. And they reveal a Convert. Convert is a 3/4/2, another big beefy unit, and when they kill a unit, they get a zombie. So... Oh, their damage also can't be prevented. Oh, and they're going to be attacking my Immortal Commander, which is very inconvenient. I don't want that to happen. But I need some way for my stuff to die. Okay, what's about to happen? Crimson Pyre is going to attack my leftmost unit, so that's going to be my Immortal Commander, which I do not want to happen before I get to use my Immortal Commander. I could just use my Lion to play an Immortal Commander from my hand, but I really want to play Sacred Ground first. After that, Death Nail is going to attack the Fallen and kill it. Unending Forces is going to attack a Fallen and kill it. Convert is going to attack the Terror Herder and kill it. And then the Rainwalker is going to attack. I think I am okay with this, actually. Okay, so I'm going to go main action, use my Lion, place it on Royal Charm to play Sacred Ground. This cost an Angel, but I paid for it with a Lion, and it has it cost a main action. Side action and exhaust. All units you currently control gain the following ability until the start of your next turn, Armored 1. After this unit is dealt damage, prevent 1 of that from being received. So if they have a giant zombie horde waiting to attack, and I know they're about to attack, I can use my Sacred Ground to give all my units Armored 1 so they take 1 less damage. Rainwalkers only have 1 attack, so they can block for free, basically. Which is how I'm going to try to game this particular fight, by using Sacred Ground. However, things aren't looking good at the moment. That was my main action. I have no side action. It is third turn. Unending Forces is going to give them another Rainwalker. And then Crimson Pyre is attacking Immortal Commander, and I am going to let that happen. So Immortal Commander is going to die, and Summon Fallen will get another status token. Now it is my turn, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units, so I can use my last 2 dice, a knife and a goat, remove 3 status tokens from my summon. Oh, no. I need 1 more. I need 1 more of these units to be gone for this to be maximum efficiency. So I'm just going to pass because I have no other dice. Actually, side action, I'm going to exhaust Royal Charm, place this dice onto my Terra Hatchling. And I suppose in this case, I can just have Terra Hatchling attack Man, these are all big units. Alright, fine. Let's have Terra Hatchling attack the Death Knell. And when it attacks, I'm going to deal 1 damage to the Death Knell, so if this attack goes through, it would just kill it. I believe Crimson Pyre should also be dead. Or not dead, exhausted. Roll a 1, so they do not guard. So Death Knell will die, but it will counterattack, killing the Terra Hatchling. It will, however, also deal 1 blood damage to the the Siege of Lordswall. And now it is their turn. So Unending Forces gives them 1 more zombie. And Unending Forces is also attacking my zombie, which will kill my zombie, dealing 1 damage to the Convert. Or Unending Forces, I mean. Now it's my turn, and my board is significantly emptier. I can use both of my dice, removing all 3 status tokens from my Summon Fallen to get 3 of my own Fallen onto the board. 1, 2, 3. And ideally at this point, I would still have my Immortal Commander so I could boost all their attack and have them all attack with +1 attack, but that's not going to happen. So Convert is attacking my Terror Herder, and I think in this case I actually am going to guard my Terror Herder, because I don't want them getting a unit when the Convert kills a unit. So Convert is exhausted. They get another Rainwalker, and I take 3 damage. My turn, I have no dice, and I am waiting for the Rainwalkers to attack, but I am going to use my side action, Sacred Ground, give all my units Armored 1. Now it's their turn. All 4 of the Rainwalkers are going to attack, all 4 of my Fallen are going to block, and these guys don't have Infectious. Infectious means that the damage can't be prevented, but my guys do. So these guys have all their damage prevented, and they all die. Now it's my turn, and now I can try to kill off what I can. I would really like to kill that Unending Forces, so Terror Herder attacks the Unending Forces. Rolls a 2, does not block this, or guard this. Gloria Sprint attack the Unending Forces, rolled an 11, they do guard this. Fallen attacks, rolled a 6. Okay, that does not guard it, so this will kill Unending Forces, and they take 2 blood damage. I have 3 more units, so let's try to get lucky and kill the Crimson Pyre. 1 blocked, okay. 1 did not block, and 1 did not block. So they're going to take 2 damage, and 1 damage is going to go through to the Siege of Lordswall. With that done, I am going to end my turn, and unfortunately, that means all my units are about to get wiped out, because I could not kill the Crimson Pyre. So, end of the round, everyone gets healed. Refill their battlefield, and then they get a Red Range token for each living unit. That's 2. They already have 1, so that's 3, and now their ult goes off. Behavior 1 goes away, and Ultimate 1 says to deal 1 damage to all units a Chimera's opponents control and place 2 Rainwalker contract aspects onto the Chimera's battlefield. So 1 damage to all my units will kill all of my units. However, at this point, Summon Fallen is unexhausted, so both of my allies die, giving Summon Fallen 2 more status tokens. Now let us flip the first player token. They go first this time and re-roll the dice. Knife, goat, and 3 basics. Not good. I really want to avoid meditating right now because there's only 1 more Summon Fallen in my deck. And I would really like to have 1 more goat, but I do have 3 angels. And do I want to discard my Immortal Commander? I think that I do, actually. I really want to fish for that second Summon Fallen. So I'm going to discard my Immortal Commander and draw back up to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Reclaim Soul, Rally the Troops, Terror Herder, Reclaim Soul, and Soulfire. That's not good. Okay. So, they go first. Status token is going to go away, burning a Rainwalker, and I have to deal 2 damage to myself or my units, and I have no units, so I will take 2 damage right off the bat. Roll to see what they do. And an 8 and a red range. 8 is... Target opposing player must place 1 wound token on their Phoenixborn or rightmost unit. I have no rightmost unit. And reveal. And we're revealing a Skeletal Wall. This is a 1/1/1 defender, but it has raised Rainwalkers. When this unit is destroyed, place 2 Rainwalker conjured aspects onto the battlefield, so this is basically their version of my Rising Horde. So that's actually really quite annoying. My turn. I would really like to kill that Crimson Pyre. How many allies do I have in my graveyard? I have 4. Okay, so I can use my Soulfire. I'm thinking what I do is I kill the Crimson Pyre and the Skeletal Wall, and I try to stall as long as possible to play as many units until then to use my Sacred Ground to block all the Rainwalkers that are about to get placed on the board. So, I'm going to use a basic dice. Which basic dice should I use? I need 1, 2... I don't need another Divine dice. So I'm going to use Soulfire using a basic Divine dice. Soulfire is a main action. This is his new exclusive card, cost a main action and a basic. Search your discard pile for up to 3 allies and remove them from the game. Immortal Commander, Terra Hatchling should be in my 100 pile, and Terra Herder. I'm going to remove these 3 from the game, and then for each ally removed, resolve the following effect. Choose a player, deal 1 damage to target unit they control, or deal 1 damage to their target Phoenixborn if they control no unit. So I'm going to deal 1 damage here, which will kill the Crimson Pyre, 1 damage here, which will kill the Skeletal Wall, and 1 damage to the Convert. That's a total of 3 blood damage to the Chimera. However, Skeletal Wall dies, meaning that they get 3 more Rainwalkers, or 2 more Rainwalkers. That was my main action, and I have no side action. Yeah, I have no side action. Third turn, let's see what they do. A 3 and a Rage, or 3 is attack if able, if not reveal. I think I would have guarded this attack either way. So Convert is attacking me directly. So I'm going to take 3 damage to the face, bringing me up to, 11 out of 19. Okay, I need some units, and I need them fast. I'm going to play a Terra Herder. Terra Herder comes into play, I get a Terra Hatchling, and I'm going to side action James Endersight to search for another... Yeah, I'm going to search for another Terra Herder to put into my hand. That means I get another damage on me. Now I'm up to 12 out of 19. Third turn, roll for a Rage and a 12. 12 is a red range token, and reveal a Death Knell. Okay. That's not the worst thing in the world. Once the status token goes away, it's just going to kill my Terra Herder, which I'm just going to play another one of. Use a Divinity die, Terra Herder, get another Terra Hatchling. Third turn, Death Knell is going to lose a token, and roll a basic and another 12! Another red rains and a reveal, okay. Reveal another Death Knell, okay. Alright, so now they're just going to attack from left to right. That's going to be Death Knell. Well, third turn is going to happen, Terra Herder is going to die, and then Death Knell is going to attack my Terra Hatchling. Oh, none of that is any good. None of that is any good at all. I can't use both of my Rally the Troops, so what I'm thinking is I'm going to... Yeah, okay, what I'm thinking is I'm going to use a Goat for my side action, deal 1 damage to myself, bring Glory Aspirant back into my hand. And then I'm going to use a basic Ceremonial die to play the Glory Aspirant, which will boost this up to a Lion, and I get to search my deck for an Immortal Commander and put it into my hand. Now it's their turn, Death Knell's tokens go away, and then this was the last one, so it will kill my leftmost unit, which will put another status token on Summon Fallen, and then Death Knell is going to attack my rightmost unit, which is Glory Aspirant, and I'm okay with that. Glory Aspirant is dead once again, but it counters its attack for 1 damage to this Death Knell. My turn. Side action, I'm going to use my Lion, place it on my Royal Charm to put out the Immortal Commander, and then I can't use... Actually, I can use that. Hold on. Wait a second. Hold on. This Death Knell is going to attack the Immortal Commander, and it won't kill the Immortal Commander. However, this token is going to go away and kill the Terra Hatchling. So then I'm going to be left with these 3 units, which I'm going to be using to block the Rainwalkers. But I don't need them to block the Rainwalkers. I can use my Summon Fallen for that. I don't have a Goat, though, so I have to discard a card from my hand. That's going to cost me 2 dice. Okay, side action, I'm going to discard Rally the Troops. Did I already meditate by discarding Rally the Troops? I think I should have discarded this last turn. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I should have discarded that last turn, so... I'm going to side action discard Reclaim Soul to meditate this into a Goat. I'm going to need both of these for my Summon Fallen. So for my main action, I can use this knife to use Reclaim Soul. Destroy unit you control to remove 2 wound tokens from your Phoenixborn. I'm going to destroy my Terra Herder. No, I'm going to destroy... Oh, it actually doesn't matter. I'm going to destroy my Terra Herder. So I get to remove 2 wound tokens from my Phoenixborn. Now it's their turn. Death Knell is going to remove this token, kill my Terra Hatchling. And then it's going to attack the Immortal Commander and deal 1 damage to the Immortal Commander. Immortal Commander is not going to counterattack because it has 0 attack. There's no point. Now it's my turn, and I'm going to use my Goat and a Knife for my Summon Fallen to get 3 zombies out. That's my main action, and for my side action, I'm going to use my Sacred Ground to give all my units Armored 1. And then it's their turn. Rainwalkers are all going to attack. My Fallen are going to block, and they're going to take no damage. And now it's my turn again, and I'm going to side action Exhaust the Royal Charm, place it onto Terra Hatchling, the Divine die. Main action, I guess I will just start attacking them. So, I guess main action, Terror Hatchling will attack Convert, dealing 1 damage to Death Nail, which will kill the Death Nail automatically, dealing 1 blood damage to the Chimera. And let's see if they guard this. 1, they do not guard it, so the Convert takes 1 damage. Fallen will also... Oh, do I want to kill the Death Nail or do I want to go for the Convert? Either way, it takes 2 hits. I think I want to kill the Convert. I'm kind of okay with Death Nail being there. So, attacking Convert. Roll a 2, doesn't block. Attacking Convert. Roll a 10, it does block. Attacking Convert. 1. Okay, so that 2 of it goes through, kills the Convert, dealing 2 blood damage, plus the 1 that went through, so that's 3 more damage to the Chimera. All my units are exhausted. And unfortunately, I do not have a way to kill the Death Nail, so their ult is about to go off again. So, end of the round, everyone recovers, refill their ward. They get a red range token for each living unit. They have 1 living unit, but they already have 2 red rings, so their ult goes off 1 more time. And ult 2 is deal 2 damage to all units the opponents control, so that is going to kill my Immortal Commander and place 2 Rainwalkers onto their board. So all my guys are dead. This kills only 1 ally, so I only get 1 status token on my Raise Fallen, or Summon Fallen. These guys go away, Immortal Commander is dead, and they get 2 Rainwalkers. Fortunately, this time I do go first, so let's flip the first player token, and I am going to re-roll this basic dice that I have left, and let's see what we get. 3 angels, 2 goats, and 2 knives. Ooh, this would be a great time for me to get that Summon Fallen. Please give me that Summon Fallen. Draw it back up to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Show me a Summon Fallen. Oh, there's no Summon Fallen in here. Oh, there's more Rally the Troops and Rising Hordes. These are no. Okay. So I do go first this time, and I want to... Let's start by playing my Rising Horde. I'm going to need that anyways to be the target for the Death Nail to kill. So I'm going to play my Rising Horde. My side action, I will search for... I'm going to use James Endersight to search for another unit that has an HP of 1, which is Rising Horde. Unfortunately, that does mean I take 1 more damage, and now it is their turn. Death Nail is going to remove a token and roll a Rage, and a 2/2 is Attack a Fable, if not Reveal. Okay, so Death Nail is attacking my Rising Horde, and my Rising Horde will just die to this, dealing 1 damage back to the Death Nail, and I get 2 zombies. Plus, my Summon Fallen gets a status token, and ideally, I would kill that Death Nail before that token goes off and kills my Fallen. I think I might as well just use... Yeah, I think I might as well just attack it with my Fallen and hope I kill it, because either way, my Fallen is not going to be able to be used. Roll a 5. They do not guard this. This will kill the Death Nail, dealing 1 blood damage to the Chimera. Roll for the Chimera. Rage and a 12. Another... Oh my god, and that's the 5th Rage as well. That's the 5th Rage, so now they get 2 red range tokens. And then they also reveal a... Crimson Pyre. Excellent. Awesome. Great. Just what I wanted to see. When they have Rainwalkers on their board. Okay. I need something to soak up that damage. I think I'm gonna go... Oh, actually... I think I just want to use a Soulfire. I'm just gonna main action, use a basic dice for Soulfire. Remove from play 3 allies in my graveyard. Immortal Commander... Let's go Glory Aspirant and a Terror Herder. Gonna remove these 3 from my graveyard to deal 1 damage 3 times to the Crimson Pyre, which will kill it, dealing 2 blood damage to the Chimera. I just don't want to deal with that. I do not want to deal with that. So, side action, I have nothing. Yeah, nothing. Their turn. Rage and 11, place a Rainwalker Conjured Aspect onto this battlefield and then reveal. And they're revealing a Convert. I need another ally to die. I do need another ally to die. Let's go Reaping Angel. This is going to cost me a knife and an angel, but I only have a goat. Reaping Angel is a 2/2/2, and it has Offer. When this unit comes into play, search your draw pile. You may reveal an ally and place it into your discard pile. How many cards are in my deck? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I would like to thin down my deck. So, I'm going to search for an ally, Reaping Angel, and place that into my discard pile. Shuffle my draw pile, and then I can remove an ally from the game in my discard pile to place, or to remove 1 wound token from my Phoenixborn. So I am going to remove that Reaping Angel from the game, and remove 1 wound token from James Endersight. Actually, how many allies are left in my deck? I have 1, okay. So now there's 6 cards in my deck. I have 1 ally in my deck. So for my side action, I am going to use James Endersight, exhaust him, and search my deck for that ally, the Reaping Angel, and now my deck only has 5 cards left, which means that if I discard my hand at the end of the round, I am going to get that Summon Fallen, which is a rough thing to not have for multiple rounds in a game, that second Summon Fallen. Because I use James Endersight, I think I also need to place 2 wound tokens on me, because Reaping Angel has 2 HP, unfortunately. Yikes. Alright. Rage and a 9/9 is place a Rainwalker onto the battlefield and reveal. They're building up a big wall of... Oh, that's another convert. That's another convert. Oh, they're gonna get so many Rainwalkers. I guess I might as well just use another Reaping Angel, a goat and an angel for a Reaping Angel. I'm not gonna choose an ally in my deck because I don't have one, but I am gonna remove from play an ally in my graveyard. Let's remove a Rising Horde to remove a status token from my... Or not status token, a damage from my Phoenixborn, and no side action. It is their turn. Rage on a 1/1 is attack available with not reveal. Convert is attacking my leftmost unit. That's a Fallen. That's an exhausted Fallen. I'm okay with that. Fine. Alright. Fallen is dead. That means they get another Rainwalker. Now it's my turn, and I need to build up my forces for those Rainwalkers, but I don't have... I'm gonna meditate twice, change these 2 basics into knives, or goat, or whatever, by discarding both rallies of troops. That's my side action, and my main action, I'm going to use both knives to play the Rising Horde. So I don't have enough to actually use my Summon Fallen this time, but that's okay. Their turn, roll a 8 and a basic. 8 is get another Rainwalker and reveal. And that's Unending Forces. Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh, how much am I gonna take? Unending Forces will attack for 2, killing the Rising Horde, giving me 2 zombies. So I can block 4 zombies. So I'll take 3 damage, and I'll still be alive. Okay, that's fine, that's fine, that's fine. So, my turn, I will do nothing. Their turn, Unending Forces will give them another Rainwalker, and it should be noted that the Rainwalker has a little 7 per person symbol at the bottom left. That means each player can only have 7 Rainwalkers, and I have 7 Rainwalkers now, meaning even if they get more, they won't actually get any more. So Convert is attacking the Fallen, killing the Fallen, Fallen deals 1 damage back, and even though they killed the Fallen, they don't get another Rainwalker. My turn, I'm passing, Unending Forces goes away, attacks my Rising Horde, kills my Rising Horde, giving me 2 Fallen, and I get to deal 1 damage back to the Unending Forces. My turn, I am going to use my Sacred Ground, all my units gain Armored 1, and then it's their turn, Unending Forces, that status token goes away, and then all 7 Rainwalkers attack. 4 of them will be blocked by my units, who will take no damage from that. 3 of them will go through, and I take 3 damage. So I'm at 15 out of 19 damage, and now it's my turn, and I have nothing. Okay. I guess we just go for the kills. Reaping Angel will attack Unending Forces. 3, it does not get blocked. That will kill the Unending Forces, dealing 2 blood damage to the Chimera. And I guess Reaping Angel will attack the Convert. This is blocked, unfortunately. But now they're at 20 damage out of 30. I guess Fallen and Fallen both attack this same Convert. Blocked. And not blocked. End of the round. Refill their board. Everyone recovers. And unfortunately, they get 2 more Red Rains tokens, bringing them up to 4 out of 3. But this ult only gives them 3 more Rainwalkers. They don't deal damage to all my units this time, so I'm more okay with that. Flip the first player token. They go first this time, unfortunately, and I'm going to re-roll my dice. Oh, please give me goats. I need more goats. However, that is 5 knives and 1 angel. Draw my hand of 5. My deck is now empty, so if I have to draw cards next round, I'm going to take mill damage, but I have my Summon Fallen now. So they go first. Roll a Rage, and a 7/7 is place a Rainwalker. Yeah. We know. You're very big and scary, Siege of Lordswall. We get it. And reveal a Skeletal Wall. Excellent. My turn. I'm going to play my Summon Fallen. Finally have my second Summon Fallen. Side action, I'm going to use Revival Pact. This costs an Angel, and it's a side action, and this is search your discard pile for up to 3 allies and shuffle them into your draw pile. So I can search for Rising Horde, and Terror Herder, and these are going to get shuffled into my discard pile, which has no cards in it at the moment. Third turn, rolled a basic and an 8. 8 is place a Rainwalker and reveal a Crimson Pyre. Oh, that's really bad, actually. Oh, and I can't kill it. I don't have allies in my discard pile to use Soulfire with. Yeah, I don't have a single ally in my graveyard to use Soulfire with. I have to just kill it manually. Or do I want to do that? I don't think I do want to do that, actually. Okay, let's do this. Exhaust James Endersight, side action, search for a Rising Horde, place that into my hand, and I take 1 damage. And then use 2 knives to play the Rising Horde. Their turn, Crimson Pyre burns a Rainwalker, dealing 2 damage to me or my unit. I'm going to choose a Rising Horde, which will kill it, putting a status token on my Summon Fallens. And I'm going to deal 1 damage to one of my Reaping Angels. And then roll to see what they do. Basic and a 10. 10 is place a Rainwalker and reveal. And another Skeletal Wall. They have 2 defenders, so I can't just rush them. Yeah, I don't think so. I'm just going to go with a Reclaim Soul for now. Cost a knife. Destroy unit I control, a Fallen, to remove 2 wound tokens from my Phoenixborn. So I'm from 16 down to 14 damage, and it is their turn. Crimson Pyre. Going to burn another Rainwalker. I'm going to kill one of my Reaping Angels and place a damage on my other Reaping Angel, which will place a status token on my Summon Fallens. Ooh, I should have just used a Summon Fallen. Nah, it's okay. And they're just gonna attack from left to right. Convert is attacking Reaping Angel, and I can't take that 3 damage. Okay, Reaping Angel's gonna die. Giving another status token to my Summon Fallen, and... Oh, I don't have enough dice to use both of my Summon Fallens. I should not have done that. I should not have used the Reclaim Soul. That was bad. That was really bad. But yeah, that will give them another Rainwalker. I think they attacked their Reaping Angel to kill it. So they're going to take 2 damage back on the other hand. So that's good at least. Although I probably should have saved that for the other convert now that I think about it. Yeah, now that I think about it, I should have done that. I now have 3 allies in my graveyard. Do I want to use Soulfire or Revival Pact? I think I want to use Revival Pact. Yeah, I'm going to use Revival Pact. This is going to cost an Angel. Revival Pact. Search your discard pile for up to 3 allies and shuffle them back into your draw pile. Reaping Angel, and Rising Horde. So now my draw pile has 5 cards in it. That was a side action. From my main action, I am going to use a Summon Fallen. Goat and a Knife. Remove 3 status tokens from my Summon Fallen to give me 3 Fallens. Their turn, converts is attacking my Fallen, killing the Fallen, giving them another Rainwalker, dealing 1 damage back to the convert at the very least. My turn, Oh man, how am I gonna survive this? Oh, Crimson Pyre should have activated, killing a Rainwalker, dealing 2 more damage. I guess I'll kill one of my Fallens and do 1 to myself, because I don't think one of them was there when that should have happened. Oh, I don't think 2 of them were there when that should have happened. I messed up bad, actually. I messed up pretty bad. Everything would be fine if I just didn't use that 1 dice, and I could play my other Summon Fallen. Everything would be 100% okay right now. Unfortunately, I did do that, and I can't really take that back. You know what? Here's an idea. I'm gonna meditate 1 card off the top of my deck to change this into a goat. Unfortunately, that needs an angel, and I don't have an angel, but I can meditate. I'm going to meditate a 2nd card from my hand to change this into a lion. and no main action, and next turn I can use a goat to bring back the Terror Herder to get 2 units out. Okay, yeah, let's do that. Okay. Third turn, Skeletal Wall is going straight for my face. I am going to let that happen, because otherwise they're going to get 2 more Rainwalkers, so I take 1 more damage. My turn, side action, use a goat, deal myself 1 damage to bring back Terror Herder into my hand, and then main action, use the Lion, place it on Royal Charm to put out the Terror Herder, which will put out a Terra Hatchling. How much damage am I at? I'm at 17 out of 19. I can only take 1 more damage freely. Oh no, wait, I don't have enough. I straight up just don't have enough. I don't think there's a way for me to win. Yeah, I think I just lost. Unfortunately. Okay, oh well. Because what's going to happen eventually is that they have 6 units. The only one I can take to the face is the Skeletal Walker, or Skeletal Wall. That brings me up to 18 out of 19. Because if I kill the Skeletal Wall, they're going to get more Rainwalkers. But even with that, Crimson Empire is going to attack and kill a unit, so I'm going to have 1 less unit. I have 3 units to block with, and they have 5 Rainwalkers, so I will take 2 damage, and I'm just going to lose. Oh well, either way, it seems that my Chimera has died, so this seems to be as good a place to stop as any. I don't actually really like playing James Endersight, or his zombie deck in general. It's not really my kind of playstyle. It just feels kind of bad having a bunch of 1/1s that don't really do much, but that's a matter of preference, I guess. The deck, I know, was a lot stronger back before they errated Summon Fallen, because it was just way too strong, and now it is not way too strong. So that might have something to do with it as well, but either way, I just played that last round really badly. I should not have used that dice to heal myself for a measly, what was it, 1 damage or 2 damage? A measly 2 damage, yeah, that was not worth it. Having 3 zombies is more important than having 2 less damage. But even though I don't like playing James Endersight's deck, I do think it is appropriate to play against the Siege of Lordswall, which is why I chose to play him against the Death aspect, because in my opinion the Death aspect is harder, and if I'm going to lose anyways, I might as well use a deck I don't like playing. In any case, I hope that you enjoyed watching, and I will see you next time when we play against the Frostwild Scourge, which is the Nature Red Rains box. And the reason we are using the Nature box next is because the next Ascendancy box is also nature-based. So if you're looking for nature cards to expand your card pool, that might be a good product to look at, and hopefully I will do a good job of showing that off, and you can make a decision based off that. So, hopefully I will see you there. Goodbye.